Our guests on Comic Cuts today are Dicky Howett and Tim Quinn, who have been involved in the writing and drawing and creation of many comic strip characters. Hi, welcome to Comic Cuts.
Hello. Thank you.
Now, you said you two were coming along. You didn't mention the third person, Dicky.
Oh, well, actually, we have to bring him, you know, because rumour has it that he's the next companion for Doctor Who.
Oh, right, so he's come along here today with you because...
No, it's not true, actually. I just made it up.
So
now,
it's just a rumour.
Don't you interrupt. I've had enough of you. Get down.
Actually, they've got Bonnie Longford instead of him. So.
Bonnie Longford?
Bonnie Longford.
That's Lord Longford.
Yeah. That's the one.
You're quite involved with the Doctor Who magazine, aren't you, Tim, on this strip that you do in that?
That's right. Well, Dicky and me. He does the drawing. We've been doing that for the last, God knows how long. Is it 3, 4 years
Well, why don't you ask him?
Yeah, how long is it now?
Have we been doing it for? Yes. About 5 years.
About 5 years. Started off as a tiny little strip. Gradually we're taking over the monthly. We have pages here and there now. And yeah, it seems to have gone down well.
You brought some of the artwork along here from... this is the strip that appears in the Doctor Who Monthly magazine, yeah?
That's right. That appears monthly. That's a little sort of 3 or 4 framer, which is like a comment on the programme making, as opposed to other strips in the magazine, which show a sort of expanded adventure of Doctor Who. We also do a full page thing, if I can pass that over. It's a new thing called the History Tour, the Doctor Who History Tour, and that runs bi-monthly, and we plan to end it in 1963, which is when the programme started.
It'll take us about another 100 years to get there, because we started right at the Big Bang, right from the Big Bang up.
And you work as a team, don't you? Have you always worked as a team on everything you've done?
No, we do a lot of work separately, but the best work we do together, since 78, I think it was.
It was 78. We met at one of these comic conventions, of which there are many. In fact, we're going to 2 this year, another one in September and one in July. And we decided to sort of team up doing comics. We actually don't do comics now. They won't have us. We're too good for them.
We've actually been chucked out of quite a few comics, every comic going, because we write for the kids. We do not write for the parents, which...
Or the editors.
Or the editors, indeed, yeah. I mean, if you pick up any comic on the newsstands today, we're talking about humour comics here. Yeah. Whoopee, Buster, Whizzer and Chips, whatever, you know, pick them up and you'll find that they're so bland, which is why they won't have us in it, you know, because our style is so different, so of the 1980s.
Well, as Tim explained, we don't write down. I mean, our material appears in adult magazines, and...
we write for people, not kids as such.
You brought along a copy of Celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Get that?
Got
On sale now.
Sparkling Celebrity.
And you have a strip in here, don't you?
We have a strip in there.
We're going to go back a bit.
Probably won't be
Keep going.
Keep going, come on. How long have we got?
Oh, it must be over there.
Perhaps we're not in this week.
There we are. There we
Now,
are. There's my finger
Twit
touching
in
it.
Space.
Yeah.
There we are. So, this is really an adult magazine, isn't it?
Yes, it's a family magazine. Mums and dads buy it, and hopefully the kids read it. But as I say, we don't angle our work towards any particular readership. In fact, it's really a continuation of what we've been doing. The funny thing is that even though we try and be original, the editorial side are always trying to bring us down to a sort of a certain level.
That's right. I mean, Twit in Space, the thing we have in here, we originally did that about 3, 4 years back for Eagle.
Really?
But Eagle said, oh no way are we having this, because it was a bit too, well, what was their words, a bit too strong for kids. Which it wasn't, because kids love it. I mean, we've already had reaction from the...
I mean, it's called, yes, it's called Twit in Space. In fact, the original title was Great Enormous Twit, which we think was a much better title than
which
Twit in
spelt
Space.
Get, in fact, but you can't have such words. Probably
You sound as if you're almost trying to change the way the comics are going. I mean, is that true?
Well, where are comics going? I mean, I haven't seen a decent publication for some time. I know that certain big publishers reduced their titles.
Comics are going right down the drain now. I mean, 10 years ago there were each company, I mean there's only really 2 companies in Britain producing humour comics. Each company had 6 or 7 weeklies out. Now I know one of the companies is down to 2.
I mean, we don't want to keep on whinging on about this, but I mean, we find the material that's published is an insult to the intelligence and the expectations of the readers.
Yeah. You brought along the R comic then, in this case. What's this all about, Tim?
Well, because we think that the comics that are out today are such an insult to kids, you know. We were moaning along, we've been moaning along for so many years now, and we finally decided, well, let's do something about it. And the outcome was ARG. Now, it's not in the shops yet. In actual fact, it's going around the publishers at the moment. We're certainly not taking it to the publishers of the weekly comics sort of that you see on the stands at the moment, because they would change it to their own third-rate image. So we're looking for a totally independent publisher, and we know, as soon, I mean, from the reaction we've had from kids that we've shown it to in schools,
I mean,
it's been so good.
It's not a subversive comic. It's not an underground comic, and it's not a way out comic.
It's a fun comic.
It's a fun. It's well written, and we think it's well drawn and written, and we hope that whoever sees it and buys it will appreciate that we are not trying to cash in or, you know, drop the foundations of any civilization. Just produce good, solid entertainment.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that anyway in the future. And I believe Dicky's about to do us a quick hole in the wall.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Right, here we go. All you budding cartoonists. That is a straight line, right? And that bit goes up there and up there. Any guesses as to what it's going to be? Here we go, another one. Come along.
No,
it's obvious now. It's obvious, it is.
Here we go. Right, and I'll add a bit of colour.
Think of Michael Grade.
Bit of colour.
We're not giving everything away.
Bit of colour. That's it.
That's the lot?
That's it. That's Doctor Who just emerging from his TARDIS.
Brilliant.
That's stopped you, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It's great. We've talked a little about Doctor Who, haven't we?
I was just going to say, now you see why we were thrown out of all the comics. Ho, ho, quickly, yes.
I'll see you afterwards.
We've talked a little about Doctor Who and Twit in Space, and you also have a strip called 33 2/3 running at the moment. And what's that in?
That's in a free magazine that you get if you go along to Boots and say, give me a copy of Tracks, please, in the record department, and you'll get that. Flick to the last page, and there we are. Yeah, it's not bad.
And there it is. And what's this all about, then?
It's all about the pop world in general, taking the Mickey out of pop stars. And so it's quite easy to write because they really need the Mick taken out.
It's going down very well, the actual print run, because it's a free magazine. And Bill told me, the editor, Bill Harry, who, this goes back years, you know, the Mersey Beat, the Beatles, it's all connected. He runs a thing called Beatles Monthly, doesn't he, or something like that?
No, he doesn't. He writes for that. He writes the Beatles Monthly.
He does write it, okay.
Right, yeah.
And they've upped the print run, more people are taking it, and we're getting quite a good response from that.
We've also got with it a script. I think that's the script from this strip, is it?
That's the one? See how good it looks. Now, yeah, look.
Well, come on,
Can we have a close up? I'll talk you through
panel
it.
one, panel two, panel three.
And it's quite exciting to look at, as you can see now, viewers. It's a big thrill when Dicky gets this shoved through his
I was going to say,
letterbox.
do you just knock that all together and send it to Dicky, and that's how it works?
What do you mean, just?
When it comes through the post,
it takes me hours.
I have to have a lie down after I've read it.
It does.
But do you have, what I'm saying is, do you have quite a say in the script, or do you have no say whatsoever and you do what this man says?
Funnily enough, Tim and I have very similar senses of humour. I also write my own material. I also write and draw for a men's glossy magazine, folks. Yes, so I do write my own stuff as well, but in this sort of material, our humour is so similar that I don't have to change anything. I don't change it, the editors change it.
You brought along some stand-up figures here, which are out of Twit in Space.
That's right. Celebrity mag.
That's right, cut out at great expense.
Is this something you've done for fun, or do you do these with all your characters?
I did this specifically for this programme.
Well,
you are honoured. You are honoured. The big character there with the clown's hat on is a guy called Evil Swine, who's the big boss of Planet X. And as you can see, he has the sartorial elegance of a blind newt. The guy with 3 eyes is a guy called horrible Three-Eyed Ugg. It's not our idea, that. Our idea was to call him Weirdo, wasn't it?
Weirdo, but that might cause offence to
Yes.
weirdos in the country, so they had to change it to Horrible Three-Eyed Ugg.
But what about
Such
those?
is the mentality of the people we work for. God bless them.
Do we tell him about the ladies' underwear on the flag?
The ladies' underwear on the flag. Oh, yes. Do you want to hear the one about the ladies' underwear on the flag?
I don't know if I should say yes, I do, but...
Well, originally, it was going to be...
He's forgotten.
No, I haven't forgotten. Originally, it was going to be a pair of flares. Now, I have forgotten, actually.
What it was that the guy, the evil swine was being insulted, and the banner read, "Evil swine wears flares," deepest insult. They didn't like that, for some reason. But they did like, "Evil swine wears women's underwear." Even better.
Even better, because that wouldn't offend people, they thought, whereas the flares comment might.
You seem to have been quite a dig here at sort of...
Have you finished with this one?
I'm sorry, no, go on.
Carry on. What are we looking at next?
Where are you up to?
We're up to that guy. That's Kevin Block, Twitting Space
He's
himself.
the hero, and he's based on...
He's based on Nigel Pargeter of the Archers.
Right.
Doesn't look anything like him, sound anything like him, but he's based on him.
That's according to him, actually. I've based him on Prince Charles. There you go.
Yeah,
I suppose a nice
interesting.
mix of Prince Charles and
It's got
the
the
Archers.
ears. And the last character here, which is the bloke with the red nose, is a clayman and part-time ballet dancer. He's just one of the Greek chorus, the extras behind the strip.
And he's based on Bonnie Langford.
Based on Bonnie.
Well, it's been great having you in your programme. You seem to be having a little go at the people sort of at the top, the editors
Not
and people
at
like that.
all.
But I was just saying, perhaps, what about the people at home if they were to write in and say what they'd like to see in the comics? Because they're the people that matter, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, we were looking at our new comic earlier, and we would love to see what the viewers would like to see in it. Also, if they could tell us what they think's wrong with comics today, what they think's right with them, but most of all, what should go into this new comic. Yeah.
That would be great. Well, many thanks for coming on to the programme. It's been really interesting and really entertaining. Hope to see you again.
He hasn't asked us about our latest venture.
You haven't asked us about
What's
our
your latest venture, Dicky?
Our latest is an exclusive for cable television and this programme. The Doctor Who 500-Year Diary Fun Book out at Christmas. We've just signed contracts with Target Books. That's the rough of the cover. It'll probably look nothing like that when it's out.
It'll look a bit better than that.
That, incidentally, folks, is a rough. You rough it out and then you show it to the editor and the editor says, don't like that.
So now you know what to get for Christmas.
Right, well,
Order
we'll
it
look
now.
forward to that. Many thanks for coming on to the programme. It's been great.
Nice to be here.
Thank you.
Do you want to step out for a second if you're...